Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's video where I'm going to make it short and sweet and tell you my opinion on whether or not pilots should go to a regional airline to start their career. That video is coming up right now. With the recent news about certain regional airlines paying first-year first officers $81,000, there is a ton of talk on whether or not you should go to a regional airline and if it's worth it. Of course, if that salary sounds attractive to you, then this may be a very good choice. But I want to tell you some of the pros and cons about being a regional airline pilot so that you can weigh them out, and if you're thinking about either going corporate or airlines, maybe this can help you in your decision. So we have a unique category here in this video, and that is cons that turned into pros. One of the biggest cons about being a regional airline pilot was the work to pay ratio. You worked your butt off as a regional airline pilot, and your pay didn't really reflect that. As a regional airline pilot, this is one of the cons, is your schedule, and where you're flying a lot of legs, building a lot of hours in hopes to, of course, move to a major or legacy airline, or maybe NetJets or a company like FlexJet. But now, with the pay increase, you are getting paid for your time, and $80,000 is a very competitive salary for first-year pay as a first officer on a regional jet. It's the same first-year pay as some majors and even some fractional companies that have very well-paid pilots. Now, going along with that same theme, like I just mentioned, going to a regional airline, a big pro is the time building. If your goal is to go to a major or legacy airline like American or Delta Airlines, then you'll most likely want to go to one of these regionals to build your 121 experience. When I say 121, I'm referring to the airline world. If we were talking about charter jets, we would say 135, and if we were talking about personally owned private aircraft like Nike's flight department, we would call that Part 91. Now, I've talked to a few industry professionals about this, and the question always rises, well, no matter if I want to go corporate or airlines, should I go to a regional first to build my time, because you can build time fast there. If you go and fly corporate jets, you may not fly as much. Regionals, you're probably going to be able to build 800 to 1,000 hours in a year. But at corporate jobs, you may only fly 300 to 500. And the answer that I have gotten from people who are already in those shoes is that you should go down the route that you want to pursue. What that means is if you want to be an airline pilot, you should go down the airline route, fly for a regional, and move up the ranks, seniority list, and all of that. But quantity isn't necessarily always better than quality. And if you want to be a corporate pilot, then having that corporate experience, even though you have less time, still may be just as valuable, if not more, because you've already worked in the environment. 121, 135, and 91 are all very different, and there have been many pilots that have transitioned late in their careers that will tell you the same thing. So I hope that gives you a little more insight on all this craziness with the pilot shortage and different routes that you can take to becoming a professional pilot. I hope, again, that this video helped you in maybe weighing out some of the pros and cons and gave you a different perspective about choices that you can make in the industry. So that's all I have for you today, and until next week, I want you to stay current, stay proficient, keep the blue side up, keep flying safe, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.